If you're thinking about buying or renovating a home in South Carolina and you want to hear from a real estate agent the 5 things you don't want in your house and the 5 things you do want in your house, this is the video for you. Hi, I'm Evan Whaley, your favorite Greenville realtor. Here are my hot takes, the 5 things that you want in your house and don't want in your house. Now let's go ahead and start out with the things you do want. Number 1, a primary on main. This is a feature that I see our clients requesting all the time. No matter the age range, people just want a primary on the main floor. It seems like more and more each day. When we look at South Carolina, right now what we're seeing is a higher age population is moving to the area than what is currently here and moving to other parts of the country. We're seeing a lot of people moving to South Carolina for retirement living. So when we think about that, it's always great to just have everything on the main floor that you need. My number 2 thing, an updated and renovated kitchen. People really look at primary bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, like those are the main things that people want to see really updated and being to the best of the standards whenever they're looking at homes. So if you have an updated kitchen, people call that the heart of the home. That is going to be a highly desirable feature whenever you resell your property and probably something that you'll get a lot of great use out of and really enjoy as well. My number 3 thing is a larger shower in the primary bathroom. The big reason for this, what I've found, is less and less people want that tub in their primary anymore. Most people are moving to a tiled shower. They want the frameless door. They really want that aesthetic look that it provides, and they also just find the functionality of the shower is just much better for them. So if you've got to pick, you can remove the tub in your primary. Less people are using it. I'm seeing that from all the new construction now. That tends to be the style that people are gravitating towards. Now, if people do put a tub in, one thing that I am seeing is if it's large enough, people will put the tub actually in the shower. That's been kind of a new development that's been happening over the last 2 years or so here in our area. Number 4, I'm seeing less and less people who want carpet in their home. Most people want a hard surface flooring now. Of course, that isn't for everybody, but it's more common that I hear that. Whenever I talk to all the builders that are out there, they're putting more LVP, hardwood, and other hard surface products in their homes than they ever have before. You're just seeing that from an allergy standpoint, just because of the fact that carpet just doesn't hold up as well with stains. Just kind of the trend right now is to move more toward a hard surface flooring. So that's a great thing to have in your home. Less carpet seems to be the better overall. Number 5 is space for a home office. So many people are still working from home. I'm in my office right now. Like, you just get so much functional use out of that office space now. Even people who aren't fully remote, they do a lot of hybrid work or they want to come back to their office space. So an office space is something that's great to have in a home, or some kind of flex use space where if people want it as an office or a home gym or just some other kind of utility use that they may have, it's a great space to have in your home. All right, now to the things you don't want to have in your house. So the number 1 thing that I would say you don't want on your home is solar panels. Now, I'm looking at this purely from the fact of resale value. When I've talked to appraisers in our local area, they don't add any value to your home, and it can be expensive. Of course, there's tax credits. There's a lot of great benefits to having solar panels. And if you're gonna live in this house for the long term and that's what you want, then go for it. But if this is something where you're thinking, hey, I'm gonna resell this property in a 5-year period, solar panels are not the best route to go. They don't add any value to your property here in South Carolina. And the other thing is if you're actually leasing them or you're on monthly payments, it can actually be really hard to resell it. And a lot of times I've seen where actually people get a lower sales price because that new homeowner has to take on that payment and they're just not prepared for it. They're potentially searching at the top of their mortgage payment, and then to add on that as part of their debt, they just can't afford to do it. Whereas with an electricity bill, that doesn't factor into their debt to income ratio. So it's just a totally different apples to oranges kind of ball game for them and can really impact the affordability of that home. The next feature is a pool. So we've actually seen people really want pools, and it's been a feature that people have gravitated towards, so it helps homes sell faster. So why do I have this on my don't want list? It's so expensive to build and install a pool, and in South Carolina, because we have limited amount of pool companies, it's much more expensive to maintain a pool than like an area like Florida. I've had tons of clients who have moved up here from Florida and talked about the cost being double, triple sometimes what it is to maintain a pool here compared to what it is in Florida, because just everyone has one. So it's just more expensive to install, more expensive to maintain, and most people just don't get the money that they put into a pool on the resale opportunity. If you're gonna live in the house, again, just like solar panels, and this is something that you want, this is for your own personal use, this isn't to increase the value of your property. Number 3 on the list is over-the-top landscaping. So landscaping adds so much curb appeal, and I highly recommend it for whenever someone's selling a home to really enhance the look. It really makes the pictures look better. It makes it more inviting. But at over-the-top landscaping, where people, you can tell, are spending thousands upon thousands and tens of thousands of dollars to maintain this landscaping, it actually will intimidate most buyers. They're not prepared to maintain it, and it actually can be a negative thing for them. I've seen this with countless buyers in the past where they go and they look at a yard and they go, wow, this is amazing, but I could never do this. I don't have a green thumb, or whatever the case may be. And it actually becomes more of a negative for them than a positive, because they associate this with reoccurring costs. They associate this with just over the top, with just time that they have to invest into this home. So it can be a big negative, and it's something to consider if you're thinking about reselling the home. Just like with everything on this list, and this will be my last time saying it, these are the things that are for your personal enjoyment. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do them, but they're not good things for resale. Next, we've got an over-the-top smart home system. This is something that I often find when I'm helping clients sell their house. They'll put all these smart home features in the home, which are incredible, which are great. But the vast majority of the population isn't asking for those yet and doesn't necessarily know how to use them. So it kind of goes back to the landscaping thing, where it can be a little bit intimidating for someone. So you don't want to go too over the top and spend too much money on things that just really, from an appraisal and a value standpoint, are just not going to move the needle for the next buyer. Number 5, I would say an uncovered patio. Really having a cover over it, having a screen, is going to make it so much more functional for you. When you're in the heat in South Carolina, it's almost 100 degrees outside, you got high humidity, and you're standing on the concrete, it gets so hot. So a cover is nice to create some shade, create a cool down effect. The screen is perfect because we got bugs here, and you want to make sure you're keeping them out of your space so that you can really appreciate and enjoy that outdoor patio space and get full use out of it. So there you have it. There's my 5 things you want and 5 things you don't want, as told by a South Carolina real estate agent. I'm curious, is there anything that I missed on this list that you think I need to add? Drop a comment down below.